Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Naim Haizat from AAP1143A. Today I'm going to present about a flat roof. A flat roof is a roof which is almost level in contrast to the many types of sloped roof. The slope of a roof is properly known as a pitch and flat roof, have up to approximately 10 degrees. Flat roofs are among the most controversial roofs of all the types of roofs for buildings and homes. They are most used on outbuildings and large structures. The biggest advantage of flat roof is the span. From building and installing to the materials commonly used for flat roof, they are relatively cheap. The flat roof installation board is approximately 80 cents per foot. Most of the area of a flat roof is accessible for use. This offers the choice to add on one-of-a-kind facility, for example, is jogging track. This application will require certain design considerations such as adding guardrails and other safety protections, and or using more heavy-duty materials to handle roof traffic and weight. Special permits may be required from the local building authority, but these efforts may result in entirely in the future to enjoy in your building. Flat rooftop are practical choice to high-rise building. By installing this feature, consumers can get involved with a lot of activities for a far more varied experience. Some of the widely selected is jogging track. Multiple activity areas can be achieved by setting up a single track, such as walking area, jogging area, and exercising area. In high-rise building rooftop, which cannot have a full-size track, this will make a fantastic alternative and it's much less expensive and use up much less room. One of the reasons you will need to build the jogging track facility is to encourage people to exercise more and to be healthy. We are talking about the jogging track construction method. For this type of construction, we use the RC skeletal frame. The suitable frame structure for the building which has a jogging track at the rooftop is skeletal RC frame structure. Skeletal RC frame structure is a series of rectangular frames placed at right angles to one and another so that the loads are transmitted from member to member until they are transferred through the foundation to the subsoil. Furthermore, skeletal frame also can be economically constructed of concrete or steel or a combination of the two. There are several advantages of RC frame structure, which is flexibility in building plan and building operation. The skeletal structure framework is consistent with any form of architectural specification of any sort, and living room of any kind, from top-rated aluminium windows to the dynamic ceiling layouts, as well as state-of-the-art split-line stairway systems, and more and more. Your building will really be your own in look and style. Other than that, this type of frame structure also is more productivity. The method of constructing for skeletal building is much greater than the ordinary methods of the building. It is 2 times better than a normal way. It saves your time and in shorter time. It will give you a high productivity quality. You can schedule this time you have been waiting too long to go to your newly constructed home. It also has a simple and efficient construction strategies that will result in a few delays. To propose a jogging track at the rooftop, concrete is the best material for the building frame. A concrete frame consists of a network of columns and connecting beams that form the structural skeleton of a structure. A typical method of construction, this grid of beams and columns is normally constructed on a concrete base and is used to support the floor, roof, walls, cladding, and so on of the building. The advantages of the concrete are an ability to resist high-stress environments. Reinforced concrete was designed to meet the performance flaws of a plain concrete, especially high-stress environment. Concrete is one of the best construction materials widely known for its sturdiness and durability. The material on it has been known to fail in high-stress environments with natural disasters such as earthquakes and tornadoes. The reinforcing value of the steel in concrete has made reinforced concrete a highly sought-after material in natural disaster-prone areas. The jogging track construction process can be broken down into 9 keys. Thank you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad bin Abdullah Sani from AAP1143A. So today I want to continue presentation of our assignment, which is method of constructing jogging track on a rooftop. So the first step is design and planning. The initial stage of the process is creating and finalizing the design of your jogging track. Prior to obtaining planning permission, once planning permission is granted, technical drawings and specifications are created ready for construction. So, before the client selects a product, surface colors and others, the design team need to discuss all options available for the client. The surveying team need to analyze the rooftop and get a full picture of the constraints of the area. This allows for the sports track to be constructed perfectly under the existing conditions and the limitations of the ground. In this paragraph, it tells us that before the design is created, The surveying team need to analyze the rooftop and get the full picture of the area. This is because different buildings have different type of area, different shapes and different limitations of the grounds. Once this is established, the design team shares the best way for a client to get the most out of the investment. Each track design is tailored to the individual needs of every customer. The client relays exactly what is wanted and the team offers every available option for the project, including the maximum jogging track surface size, number of jogging track lanes and drainage options. Every client have their own preferences, so design team need to make sure that the design is worth the investment. Throughout the process, the design team deals with the client and supplies sample renderings that exemplify what the future sports track facility will look like. The team and the client continue to discuss options until a final design has been completed and all parties have agreed to it. The second step is environmental considerations. Environmental mitigation is becoming a top priority for many organizations and governing bodies. They need to incorporate various measures into the designs, such as the management of water runoff and drainage. Health and safety. A thorough plan should be in place to ensure a safe construction site, employing the latest best practice to meet all legislative requirements for jogging track constructions. When it comes to jogging tracks installations, renovations or resurfacing, your top priorities should be safety of your customer, durability and performance of the jogging track, maximum protections of your investments. This means that the safety of the jogging track is very important. We have to make sure that the jogging track will not hurt the consumer. Constructing RC flat roof. The first step to construct flat roof is construction of roof slab. So, the first stage is staging. Staging is nothing but a reaction of staging forms on which shuttering of roof slab or beam will rest. Staging can be made of different types of materials, starting wooden to metal parts, which hold shuttering. Staging should be stable and firm to hold loads of the slab. It should be firm enough so that during concreting it should be properly hold the concrete and shuttering so that shuttering does not bulge or settle. The second step is shuttering. Shuttering is started after completion of staging. Plywood or metal, any type of shuttering are used based on the load of slab. During shuttering, proper alignment and level of shuttering is checked. Shuttering is properly sealed to avoid slurry leakage will lead to honeycomb structure or segregation of concrete. Demolding agents are used in shuttering for smooth finishing of concrete surfaces and easy stripping of shuttering boards. After shuttering is done, the third step is reinforcement of the roof slab. It can be started after completion of shuttering or it can be done together with shuttering for beams. Reinforcement placement to be properly checked according to the BBS or approved bed bending schedule. Diameter of roads, length, spacing, lap length, number of chairs and location of the roads to be properly checked before concreting.
Concreting is to be properly done as per design with proper vibration, which is surface and needle vibrator for avoiding segregation. Extra care to be given for maintaining proper slump during concreting. No bleeding and creep should be there. After concreting, surface of slab is finished by manual or mechanical means. Curing to be done by making ponds or carry over the slab. Slab to be cured for 21 days. Deshuttering is to be done after slab reach its design strength after 21 days. If quick setting cement or admixture is used during concreting, shuttering can be removed earlier as per the specification of the chemical.
Cement and sand screed. Roof screeding is non-structural concrete. Put typically without any steel reinforcement, roof screeding receives maximum exposure against temperature fluctuation, which often results in concrete cracks and access to rainwater. Sand and cementcrete is made from sharp sand, cement, and a minimal quantity of water. This is suitable for all applications that are to receive a finish and is usually the most economic. 2.4.3. Underlay membrane of a sheeting felt and apply mastic asphalt. Black sheeting felt is normally used as a separating membrane. It's mastic asphalt roofing system. It comprises a bed of jute fiber which is impregnated with bitumen, supplied in rolls. The product is loosely loaded onto the roof deck or thermal insulation with a minimum 50 mm side and inlaps prior to application of most of the mastic asphalt. Mastic asphalt for flat roofing is generally applied in two coats. The material is applied in solid blocks and is heated using a specialist boiler or mixer. It is poured onto surface and using a hardwood float, it is sprayed to the correct thickness. The second coat has dry sand applied to the top that is rubbed in. When it occurs, a dense solid material is created which is waterproof and impermeable. Thank you.
Parapet wall. The parapet is basically a wall that is constructed at the end of the roof or terrace balconies. It is an extension of the brick wall. At the end of the parapet walls are the outermost walls, which are constructed at the edge of the roof of the buildings. It helps to prevent the entry of dust particles in the roof. It also helps to prevent the wind load from coming on the rooftop. And lastly, to provide safety to humans and prevent accidents like falling down from the rooftop. Waterproofing. Waterproofing is the process of making an object waterproof or water resistant. It is important for a construction to stand strong against time, as weather is one of the natural causes for most buildings to collapse. One of the reasons why you need waterproof your property is leaks and floods are inevitable. Waterproofing is also important due to the constant changes of moisture level in environment. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haikal bin Zaim from AAP1143A. For this video, I want to talk about earthworks for this project. Firstly, drainage. The design of drainage will differ depending on whether the surface of running track being constructed is porous or non-porous. Appropriate drainage system will be implemented to support the chosen track type and ensure the poor weather will not compromise performance. Second, subbase and base. As with the drainage system, the design and material used in any subbase or base will depend on the type of track being constructed. For example, a porous polyurethane track will generally be laid over a rubber granule base, supported by porous aggregate subbase. Third, shock absorbency layer, if applicable. Whilst many jogging track surfaces have inherent shock absorbency in the material used, sandwich track utilize an additional EPDM layer, which provide enhanced shock absorbency and lifespan when compared to porous system. For athletics track surface, there are variety of surface to choose from, such as porous track system, sandwich track system, or full polyurethane system. We can advise which is best suited to you based on the level of use, competition, and cost. And lastly, ancillary equipment. Ancillary equipment includes items like hurdle, hammer, and discus netting, as well as the construction of fencing, floodlighting, spectator areas, and pavilions.
Sandwich track system. The choices type of track surface is important because if we look at the past, some people injured due to poor track. Sandwich track system has become an option even more in major and competitive events because it can absorb pressure well. In addition, the structure is specially designed to provide comfort to runners. This sandwich track has various quality because it consists of a 10 mm polyurethane layer with bound black rubber granules. A 3 mm thick wearing course is applied and filled in with EPDM rubber granules. The sandwich construction can be placed on asphalt or concrete base. Sandwich running track are non-porous structure that incorporate further of both porous track and solid track system of the full PU, presenting a lower cost base for durability and performance. Prior to adding a polyurethane top coating, an EPDM granulate is a cast over the SBR rubber granulate foundation for offering better shock absorbency and lifespan compared to a porous track device. There are many advantages of using sandwich track system. First, fewer injuries and accidents. Asphalt is a quite difficult surface to exercise on and extend training could affect joint health. Result in shin speed, etc. Many synthetic tracks are user-friendly and can be more flexible for others as well. Second, we go to safety. It is simple fact that synthetic tracks are pretty safe for athletes and citizens. If the someone fall while jogging or exercise, the sandwich track system can reducing the risk of injury. It also free of mercury, lead, and other harmful heavy metal by design. Next, durability. The sandwich track system has good quality of surface and can highly spike resistant. And last we go to weather performance. Sandwich track system is environmentally conscious running track because it can be applied in all weather even though in both dry and wet weather. Okay, in conclusion, selecting the best method for the project before beginning work is very important. It will also result in a quicker completion of the project, with more effective usage of capital resulting in cheaper construction. Choosing the correct methodology also result in higher product quality, a cleaner operating atmosphere, and a less costly project. It is also impossible to change the construction process after work has begun, so good consideration needs to be taken before work starts. It is important to remember that the approved construction schedule must be reflect that the desired construction method, and if it does not, the schedule must be changed and agreed again with the customer so that it reflects the preferred construction methods. After preparing this task, we gain a lot of knowledge and added to our knowledge about which method is best to construct jogging track at the flat roof. Other than that, we also identified the difference between frame structure materials such as steel and reinforced concrete. Not only that, but we not only that, but we also see what problem that may arise if we select material that are not suitable for this type of building. Last but not least, we learn about jogging track construction process that have 9 key steps such as design and planning, environmentally consideration, health and safe, and so on. So